do you feel technology has affected children's interest in reading?
I think it's probably increased it because now a kid who has a tablet can take it with them and they can read in the car, they can read wherever they are. And so I guess it helps with the access. It also helps when there's so many different ways you can download a book. Probably depends on what the kid likes. Myself, I like having the book in front of me. I don't remember the last time I've done anything with my iPad. But that's me. A lot of the kids are more used to the digital, and they can play with the buttons, and they like it more.
I think technology can be a very good thing. For my kids with reading disabilities, we use a lot of technology.
Some kids who are not that interested in reading, and when I show up at their school and have this cool prize, or show them other incentives, and sometimes that's all they need, all they want, that prize. Sometimes it just gets them in the door, and once they're here, they see the books.
I think part of it is not having the time to read, and so I think you tend to read less. I think sometimes attention is just diverted elsewhere.
Once you get into high school, you're going to have teachers who require readings. Sometimes the kids like that reading, and sometimes they don't like that reading. It could turn them off. It depends on the kid.
I have some junior high kids who, when they find a series that they like, will plow through that series because they love it. So sometimes it's finding the right genre or the right author or a series that they like. But yeah, overall, probably, I think part of it's a time issue.
Programs throughout different schools, they have this thing called like AR where they they read, and if they reach a certain level, they get a prize. Do you think that could be a turnoff for kids, saying how it might be a chore because if you need an incentive to do something, then it must be horrible?
I don't know if I see that. What I will never forget, parents who have come in and they wouldn't let their kid read a book that they wanted to read because it was an AR book. Don't like that. I'm not a big fan of AR. For some kids, it is very motivating. Again, it just depends on the kid.
But having things available, I think the more available it is, the more routine it is in your house, the more normal it is to have in your house, I think the more it becomes part of your everyday occurrence, and I think that's a good thing. So I think it's good to always have that available. I think it affects overall scores in just everyday vocabulary, words they use, how they interact with people, gives you things to talk about with people, and I think all those things